The only reason why I went out to the garage sales was to find a weed trimmer. But my hand to God, I was not looking for video games. But I was like, while I'm there...
Oh, you're not open yet?
Yeah, no,
oh.
No. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Okay. Any video games at all? Any old video games? Old Nintendo, anything like that?
In television.
In television.
In television? Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of maybe 70 games, 75 games or so.
Yeah.
And about 2 or 3 old in television. I don't know if I think they still work. They were put away.
Is it here?
No, it's at my house.
Oh, you're gonna bring it back over?
If you're really interested, and I have some Xbox. Is it Xbox games?
What was that thing that we had? And it was the next phase up. It was.
Is it the Xbox? Or Sega? What's Sega?
Sega.
Genesis. Yeah, Genesis.
I don't know what you guys come into. Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Xbox.
No, it was Phillips something.
CDI.
Phillips Cd Ay?
Yeah.
I forget. They were the first things with the
CD.
animation.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah. Bring it out.
All right, I'll try to find it in the.
It's downstairs. I know where they are.
Any old video games? I'm interested.
All right.
When should I come back?
An hour. An hour.
What we'll do is we'll keep the video games in the car.
Okay.
Take a look at it, all right?
All right, that's great.
And the controllers and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I have games. I have Stringham. I have a system. What do you have?
What do you got? Oh yeah, I look for kind of like older stuff. Yeah.
I think it's like the first Xbox.
Yeah.
Whatever John and Carol gave Brian, I said I. Do you want me to go home and with you? Yeah.
All right, I'll come back in like an hour then. Okay. Hi. How much are the games?
$3 each.
Got any other video games at all? No. Just what's in there. Would you take 12 for these?
Perfect.
Oh, do. How much for the How much for this?
I need one in my office.
How much?
$20.
20? You got any other video games at all?
In the PlayStation.
This one right here?
Bob, okay. Can you help me to those cars?
Sure. Maria. Maria. Como the spoon?
Yeah. Thank you.
money there.
How much are the games?
$5.
$5 each?
No, the PlayStation 2 give me $2.
$2?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much you wanna pay me for that?
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say 5, but I know you don't want 5 for it.
Give me 10.
Yeah, I don't want to do 10 on it. You'll probably you'll get
Okay, give me 5. Give me 5 at the.
All right. Oh.
That's true. Hi, how are you?
How did it work out?
Good. Yeah, those are yours are upstairs. Those are coming. You'll have to use your laptop.
Oh yeah. Ah.
No, they're from your 15.
Were they always in the? Oh, they were in boxes. I see. Oh yeah.
I think there's 2 games.
Uh huh.
Yeah. There's. I wrote it down. I guess I didn't write it down. How many games there were?
Okay.
Even the directions.
And this stuff too. Phillips. Is the Phillips in there? The CDI in there?
I don't think I had it. No.
You didn't have, but you had games?
No, I think that might have been gone. But these are just games. That's from the Phillips.
All right. How much?
What's a good price? 30 for all of it?
30? All right.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Does it come with the luggage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
All packed for you.
Okay, you know, I was gonna start with the last item and then work our way to the big. You know what? I hate when you watch pickup videos and some scumbag is gonna make you wait to last to see the best stuff. We don't do that on the show. Well, we've done it a few times, I'm not gonna lie. But I like it when it's more organic and we show you what we found in the order that we found it. That way you can get kind of like a timeline and kind of understand how the morning progressed. Okay, so here we go. Very first garage sale. If I'm going to explain it to you, I'm going to explain it to you like this, even though you saw it in the fucking video. I roll up on this garage sale. There's an old couple out there. You got any video games? Yeah, we got video games, but they're somewhere else. So I'm like, oh, what do you got? The guy's like, in television, we're like 70 games. So I'm like, oh, you know, that's cool. In television, I love in television. 70 games, that's cool. And then he's like, and another thing, he's like, his wife is like a Sega something, and he's like, Phillips. He says Phillips, and I'm like, no, he can't be talking about a CDI. So I'm like, old person. That's like kind of like an old person's brand of electronics. So the woman says Sega, and then he says something about, I thought you said something about CD. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe a Saturn. I'm like, oh, home run. And I'm like, if he's got a television with 70 games, this guy buys games. I don't know whose system it was. I think it was his son's. Next thing you know, his son pops out. They ask the son, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like my worst nightmare. Next thing you know, the son's gonna, interject. He knows something about video games. He was a young guy. Kind of like me, even though I'm not a young guy anymore. But I was afraid he was going to say, oh, don't sell those, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, he says Phillips CDI. Or maybe I even said CDI, and he was like, yes. So I was like, oh, that right there tripped the bone valve. So here we go. Oh, by the way, he says, all right. He goes, I got to go pick it up from the house. I'm like, great. When should I be back? I said, I'll be back in an hour. He's like, okay. And all I can think to myself is, okay, here we go. It's the Phillips CDI. I'm so excited about this, and there's a reason why. And all I can think about is that time that we went out. Every time this happens, where I say, I'll come back later, and then I come back, and the one that really chimes in my head is the time that we came back and we saw the TurboGrafx 16 and all the TurboGrafx 16 games virtually evaporate right in front of my eyes. So now I'm going into panic mode. The stress levels are going through the roof. I'm like, you know what? This is why I stopped doing this whole shit to begin with. I'm like, I'm getting all stressed out. I'm driving like to the next sale, but I'm going right by signs because I can't even concentrate. I'm like, I'm just so focused on this. That hour it took centuries for that hour to go by. I drive back, and here we go. I know I'm doing a lot of talking here. The guy pulls out this suitcase. The woman was number one when we came back. It was the woman there. So I'm like, oh, this is like heaven sent. I get to do the negotiating with the woman. I didn't. The other guy, he wasn't anywhere in sight, and his call was gone. So he must have came back, dropped it off, and maybe went back to go get more stuff. So I'm like, oh, this is heaven sent. And then she pulls out this suitcase right here. So that's it. Let's crack them open. Okay, so basically when the suitcase came out, this is where I go into a panic attack. Because I know that there is a shark literally moments away from walking up this driveway. The way things have been, so, listen, I don't have time to sort through all this stuff while we're at the sale. To be honest with you, I was petrified. So all I did was I opened it up. I took a quick glance in here. Naturally, I didn't want to go through everything either because, I like it for us to go through it together. And I took a quick look through it, and then I slammed the top down. And then I moved to the next case, opened it up, and slammed the top down. Even then, I had this woman over here, like, looking inside and whatnot. So, all right. Here we go. So this is what's inside. That's what it looks like inside. All right, and to my surprise, I see something called, which looks like some type of like a disk drive or something, and it says Intellivision computer adapter. And I was like, whoa! This is obviously, I guess, it looks like an Intellivision 2, which is cool because I always wanted to find the Intellivision 2. I never really thought the first Intellivision was very good looking. Well, I'm not into wood grain. A lot of guys are into that whole Atari Intellivision wood grain thing. This to me looks more like a Nintendo. I think it has more of that 80s look, whereas the wood grain is more of that 70s look. So I just always really thought that this style of Intellivision was really neat looking. But wow, look at that. Call me ignorant. I don't know anything about this computer adapter, but look at this. Is this not the neatest thing of all time? It's the Intellivision computer keyboard. How friggin' neat. Before you connect your computer keyboard, read owner's guide thoroughly. Mattel Electronics, I'm always blown away. Eastern United States, New Jersey, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So moving along, it's got the IntelliVoice voice synthesis module in the box. Very cool. Some cables here, I imagine maybe for the computer. The guy was nice enough to really, well, nice enough, but neat enough to have everything in a nice cardboard box here. Here we go. Here is the Intellivision 2. With the controllers and the wires, the adapter, and oh, there's the computer module owner's manual. And inside here are a bunch of, I don't know what these are. I guess they're pack-ins that come with the Intellivision games. Maybe he took them out for some reason. I don't know why. And then we have 2 boxes of games. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to book through these really fast. A lot of you guys might know how I feel about the Intellivision. It was the first video game console that I ever played over my friend Todd's house. So here we go. NBA basketball, NHL hockey, skiing, boxing, auto racing, tennis, Major League Baseball, NFL football, Super Video Arcade Soccer, horse racing, motocross, Royal Dealer. You know, I should have asked the guy. You know, I was curious to know if the Intellivision was his, and if it was his, like how it was obviously his. I think his son was too young, so you know what he felt about it and whatnot. Reversey, Donkey Kong, Zaxxon, Turbo, Mission X. The boxes aren't in the greatest condition. Buzz Bombers, Locomotion, New Dracula, New Atlantis. Every time I run into Intellivision games, I always think of a guy I watch on YouTube, Intellivision dude. He's like a huge Intellivision fan. He's got a complete, I think he's got a complete Intellivision collection, which is pretty cool. I watched him build it up over the years. The Empire Strikes Back, Frogger, New Ice Trek. This game looks really cool. Looks like some type of, I don't know, like a this guy's a Viking, I don't know. B-17 Bomber, Bomb Squad. On to the next box. They're really packed in here. Frog Bog, Lock and Chase, Night Stalker, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I can remember playing this game on the Intellivision. You know what? When retro gaming, I can remember having my Nintendo and then my friend giving me his Intellivision. And at that time, when you had a Nintendo, to be playing Intellivision was kind of odd. But I can remember hooking up the Intellivision in my room and trying games like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot. I thought it was really neat even then. You know, I'm not patting on myself on the back trying to say that I figured out the whole retro video gaming thing. But it was just something that I thought was really cool. I used to like playing all the old Intellivision games. Even, you know, when a Nintendo was out. Because sometimes you'd get bored of your Nintendo games and you wouldn't be able to buy more, or you couldn't, like, download ROMs, you know, for the computer or whatnot. So you were stuck with your Nintendo games. So it was an interesting move to go back. And look at this one. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Treasure of Tarman. Interesting. World Series Major League Baseball, Scooby-Doo's Maze Chase. And I'm sure you, most of you know how I feel about the Intellivision. The Intellivision, I think the Coleco and the Intellivision went hand in hand in basically locking hands and then clotheslining the Atari 2600. I think both of these systems embarrassed the Atari 2600, 5200, and 7800. So, you know, Atari fans, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Mind Strike. Mr. Basic meets Mr. Bits and Bytes. Okay. The Jetsons, Ways with Words, Backgammon, Burger Time, Space Battle, Astro Smash, Super Video Arcade Utopia. That's interesting. Super Video Arcade Poker and Blackjack. Vectron. Super Video Arcade Triple Action. Space Hawk. Sea Battle. I used to play Sea Battle all the time. Love Sea Battle. Snafu. Ahmed Battle. Sub Hunt. Tron Deadly Discs. Shock Shock. Tron Mazatron, Star Strike, and Space Armada. So, wow, there we go. That's 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I don't think I'll be able to hold them all at once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. That's 55 Intellivision games. And hey, what a way, you know, so far, what a way to start a collection, a serious Intellivision collection, one-stop Intellivision collection. I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the next suitcase here. I might have to shut off the camera. I got to clear this out. Okay. Oh, here's the next suitcase. Now she did tell me that she couldn't find he couldn't find the CDI, which was an absolute heartbreaker. But it looks like there's a couple CDI games in there, so I mean that makes up for it. Now, the CDI was an important part of my gaming history because, hold on a second. Okay, so here we go. Inside here we got a bunch of Sega Genesis games. The CDI games, DVD games for the film, and 2 boxes of CDI games. So here we go. Okay. So what you have to understand about the CDI is, right around the time that the TurboGrafx CD player came out, it was like CD was. It was like the buzzword was multimedia. And the TurboGrafx came out and it did the CD player so well. I think it did better. For the first one that came out, I think it did CD player better than anybody else at the time. Because you had, in context, you had the Apple CD player for the Apple computer, which was like, you know, you basically had to cash in your 401k to buy it. You had the 3DO came out, and 3DO was $799 when it came out. At least by me it was. And the 3DO was awesome, but the price was like astronomical. And you had the CDI. And I think my friend Phil was close to, thank God he didn't at the time, because I mean, imagine buying a CDI, you know, on paper route money back in the day. I forgot how much the CDI went for, but the CDI was one of those that we used to drool over. You know, you used to drool over screenshots, because basically that's all the CDI was like one big screenshot. I mean, there was nothing else really there. So, but it is a real nostalgic part of like walking into. There was a time where you'd walk into electronics boutique, you'd see CDI, you'd see 3DO, and you'd see Neo Geo stuff hanging up on the wall, and it was like, okay, I'll be in the back of the store, I'll be in the clearance section now, because all that stuff was like astronomical in price, and it almost seemed like that was the directions video games were going to go, was in this like hugely expensive, you know, direction. That's why you got to appreciate the TurboGrafx 16 CD player, because, I mean, it did it all basically under budget, and it did it well. Which is incredible if you think about it. Alright, let's go. Let's blast through these, Sega Genesis games first. Okay. Barkley, Shut Up and Jam. NBA Jam. George Foreman's KO Boxing. It's sad for me to almost be happy to find Sega Genesis sports games. I'm almost excited by it. World Championship Soccer 2. Bill Walsh, College Football. I don't know what's going on in here, but this thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds. It must be the playbook. Yeah, there's all sorts of playbooks in there. We got blank cart with Madden 96 in it. A game that I'm really thrilled to own. This is a fantastic game. I don't know if you guys ever played it before. General Chaos. This is a game I used to rent from the video store all the time. It was like just a really fun type of, I don't even know what you call it now. Strategy, I don't know, multiplayer action strategy, I don't know what it is. It's a great game though. In that good old Electronic Arts box, you know. You see that Electronic Arts box, and as long as it's not a sports game, it's very exciting. FIFA, International Soccer. Olympic Gold. National Hockey Night. I mean, and Al Michaels announces Hadball 3. And that's an accolade box right there, that cardboard box. This reminds me of Star Control. What was the other one? The original Hardball. What were some of the other ones in the cardboard cases like this? Turrican. I don't know. I just remember seeing these boxes in the video rental store, and it just brings back ballistic games. I think a lot of ballistic games came in a cardboard box too. Okay, that's the Sega Genesis stuff. Nothing exciting there. Maybe just General Chaos, which is cool. But let's move on to the. Here we go. Games for the Phillips Cd Ay, which are heavy. These games are really heavy. I don't know. And games for the Cd Ay. Alright, I don't know what to expect in here. I don't know much about Cd Ay games. So, let's roll. Dinos. Wow, look at the cases on this thing. Very, very cool. Nice hard cases. I mean, listen, if CDI was like, you know, it's a collector's dream to have a nice hard case like that. Look at that. And it even has the sticker display on the side. There we go. That's pretty neat. CDI Time Machine Adventures. Zombie Dinos. NFL Football. Mystic Midway. Rest in Pieces. Laser Lords. I'm going to take a wild swing and say that probably most of these games are full motion video games. I know there's some people out there that are crazy about full motion video. I'm not one of them. Power Hitter. Wow, look at this. This is a game that I always wanted for the TurboGrafx CD player. And that is, let me get it closed here, Lords of the Rising Sun. I remember that being like some type of like samurai type strategy game. International Tennis. The Palm Springs Open. Cool Oldies. Treasures of the Smithsonian. Video Speedway, the ultimate racing experience. Golden Oldies Jukebox. I should have asked this guy what he thought about the CDI. Obviously, he bought a lot of games, so for the time, he probably thought it was very exciting. Dark Castle. Rand McNally's America, the United States Atlas. Louis Armstrong. Alice in Wonderland. Battleship. Caesar's World of Gambling. Oh wow, look at this. Okay, so here's some CDI games that are, I guess, in CD cases. Space Ace. Space Ace is an arcade game that I used to stand in front of and drool over. Because it was like awesome cartoon-like animation. I remember Space Ace being 50 cents to play, so I never played it. And it was like nobody played it. Because, to be honest with you, the game sucks. But, you know, it's not that the game sucks, it's just that compared to everything else in the arcade, it sucks. So I never remember, maybe I saw somebody play it once or twice, and I didn't really understand what was going on because I never played it before. And sure, there was a joystick and he was just moving in the direction that he had to go. But it looks so cool to see like cartoon graphics in the arcade. Okay, Zelda, the Wand of Gamlon? I'm probably saying that wrong. Escape, not for sale, review and test only. Escape from Cyber City. Interesting. Listen to, okay, demo disc, not for sale. Pinball. Mad Dog McCree. Jeopardy. Here's an interesting game. Mutant Rampage Body Slam. The Joker's Wild. Mystic Midway Phantom Express. Dragon's Lair, another full motion video style game like Space Ace. I believe that Dragon's Lair preceded it. Just a side note, Dragon's Lair for the Nintendo, for the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, I know it's wildly difficult, but I do think it's a good game, and I think it has awesome graphics for the time. Compton's Interactive Encyclopedia. Who narrates this? Like Eazy-E and Ice-T? Okay. Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan. Merlin's Apprentice. Max Magic. Interactive Magic Kit. The Seventh Guest. I recognize this cover from Big Box PCs. Here's a game. I don't think that's the cover. I don't think that's supposed to be the cover. Hold on. Maybe it's got a map in here. Oh, that's the map. Little Devil. Let me put that in front. Hold on. Okay, I'm sure you guys got time to hang out while I fix this. Ah, shit. There we go. There we go. Little Devil. Clue. Link, The Faces of Evil. Astrology, based on a Time Life book. Hall of Fame football. Oh God, I'd love to try this out. Check that out. Voyeur. I believe this is another, it looks familiar, another big box PC game. The Wacky World of Miniature Golf. Flintstones, Jetsons, Time Warp. Hotel Mario. I believe I saw Mike Matei and the Angry Video Game Nerd play this game. I don't think it was that bad if I recall. Third Degree. Caesar's World of Boxing. Kether. I don't know what it is, but it looks really neat. Name That Tune. A Great Day at the Races. And wow, this looks like a cool game. Axis and Allies. So, wow, what did we do today? We basically, this is a turnkey CDI and Intellivision collection day. How many CDI games is that? And these are the hard cases. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 48. Okay, so 50-something, or was it 60-something Intellivision games, 48 CDI games, the Intellivision 2 with the computer interface, and geez, if it only had the CDI, wouldn't that be the home run hit out of the park? Now we got to go dig up a CDI somewhere, don't we? So there we go. All that for $30. She said, make me an offer. It's a good thing I kept my mouth shut because I was going to say 40. Not that that would have been a deal breaker or a deal spoiler. But she said 30, and I said, you know, all I could think about was, let me get these bags to my truck as fast as possible. Boy, I tell you what. Stress can take it right out of you. Stress can tire you out like a day at the gym. I feel like I've been mountain climbing all morning. Alright, let's exhale, relax, and we'll go to the very next garage sale. Okay. Here we go, nothing too special. The lady had a couple boxes out on the front lawn there, and I was rummaging around, and we picked up Crash Bandicoot Warped, Midway presents Arcade Greatest Hits for the PlayStation. I like this. The Sonic Mega Collection Plus for the PlayStation 2. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic and Knuckles. What else do you need? Crash Nitro Kart for the GameCube. Kissen. And Onimusha Warlords. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time. I get the little PlayStation 2 hooked up downstairs in the basement. I've been waiting to do that. I'm just trying to sort things out and get things a little squared away. But we will do that. And then we'll be able to play a lot. And speaking of little play, it's like wherever I go, I can't get away from these PS2 Slim. So here we go. The very last garage sale, he had a copy of Resident Evil 4, still wrapped. But this is still wrapped, but it's a little suspect. Well, where are the little stickers that go on each end? I don't know if this is a late print run or something like that, but it's wrapped up pretty convincingly, and it's at a garage sale where the guy he's not really trying to pull anything selling it for $2. So I don't really know what the story is with that. Anyway, it's Resident Evil 4. It's still wrapped up in the plastic, which I thought was pretty cool. And then we run into this. It's like everywhere I go, we run into this little PlayStation Slimmy. And the guy wanted $20 for it. I said, I said, what do we got? We got 4 or 5 of these so far. So I'm like, I'm not paying for this thing. And he could sense it. You know what? When you don't want something, people just want to give it to you for a quarter. When you want something so bad, it's like people sense it on you. And it was just like, if I could have that same attitude about a TurboGrafx 16, I'd probably fill the whole fucking shed with them. But instead, we get PlayStation 2s falling out of our ass. In here are the controllers. I don't know, controller. There's a whole shitload of wires in here. Hey, look at this. We got microphones in here and everything. I don't even know what's this bag all about. Let's see if there's anything else in this bag. Must have been like a camera bag or something like that. What else we got in here? More cables. Yeah. More cables. I can fill another trunk with bullshit cables that I don't need. Oh. Oh, the power adapter. Okay, we're going to need that. So, I mean... Oh, there we go. Guys, I'm completely exhausted. Let's throw these games on the shelf. Okay, so that didn't work out the way I planned. I put the Intellivision games up there, but to be honest with you, it just looked like a whole bale of cardboard. Because so the boxes, a lot of the boxes is bent out of shape and whatnot. I got to go through all the boxes, bend them back into shape. For now, they're gonna go into the overflow cabinet because I do have other Intellivision games in there. And to be honest with you, these big CDI cases, they don't fit there, so those are gonna have to come out. So, you know, there we go. But we got all our other CDI CD cases up there. Our Genesis games are up there. Nice to finally have some Genesis games up there, even though they're all sports titles. But I always imagine that day will come where like today, we found, you know, almost entire collections of, not entire, but you know what I mean, a big collection of Intellivision, big collection of CDI. Maybe that day will come where we find a big collection of Genesis, big collection of TurboGrafx, you know, big collection of Nintendo, Super Nintendo, whatnot, and then we'll give the cabinet a nice big boost. Anyway, I don't know how much longer this video can go, but I'm BitHead1000, and I'll see you guys next time.